Welcome to Fresh Air is Overrated, the weekly source for anything gaming with Wild Matt and Curbs.
And Steiner.
Against air.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yo, welcome to Fresh Air is Overrated. The music stopped when I did the transition. Remember to save that later after the show. I probably won't. I am Wild Matt, by the way. I am alone this week by the looks of it. Hey, it happens, but I would rather forge on than do nothing, I suppose. Who knows? Steiner's probably going to call in randomly at some time. He is online, so hey, there is that, I suppose. It's Thursday, February 23rd. That's what the day usually is here on Fresh Air is Overrated. You can find it weekly on megascorcher.com. VODs and MP3s available there. If you're looking for an iTunes feed or a podcast just overall, you can just search us on pretty much anything that has podcasts. Just search Fresh Air is Overrated and you'll find us. And our live channel, we have a bunch. We have a Twitch. We have our YouTube got suspended. We'll be back in about like 2 months, I guess, ish. With our regular Mega Scorcher TV channel, which you can go like and subscribe. But then we also have Mega Scorcher TV shows, which is where we air our live stuff for the moment. And then all our archive stuff will be on the YouTube. I just uploaded a few old schools, so you can go check that out. That's where I play old video games. And I guess that's a lead-in to the next segment, which is Gays Are Playing. Sorry if it sounds like I'm fumbling around a little bit. It's because I actually am, because I'm the only one here this week, so it's kind of daunting changing stuff on the go here, but I shall do it. I need to go like that. Yay! I'm pretty sure I did it. Okay, so it doesn't look like I did much. I only got rid of the overlay, but now I have all these other overlays. I believe. Yes, Games Are Playing is right there. Woo! Yes, I got it. So, Gays Are Playing, so I played Streak, which is a PS1 hoverboard racing game developed by the same guys who made Twisted Metal and Jet Moto. I don't know why I was blanking on Jet Moto. That's the closest thing to Streak, because it's a hoverboard game. Sorry, I'm pretty nasally today. I don't know why. I just started that before the show. Funny how that works. I was good all day. Talking about today, Canada was, well, Ontario will say that I know of. It was crazy today. Oh God, Snyder's over my face now. All right. So, yeah, I was talking about how the weather was crazy here today. How was it in Calgary?
Snowing.
Oh, weird. It was super hot here. It reached up to 15 Celsius in Ottawa. I think it was even hotter in Toronto.
Oh, it was like 12 here on, I guess, like last Thursday, so a week ago.
Yeah, but I'm talking. We're doing games the games that we're playing this week.
Hot weather's the game you're playing.
Yes, I don't know how I got to that, but so somehow I was talking about hoverboards, and that led. So, Single Track made this game. They made Jet Moto. They made Twisted Metal. It's a hoverboard racing game. It's pretty much like Jet Moto, except you're on a board and you're like surfing on it.
So okay, you're a hoverboard,
yeah,
rather than a skateboard, but you're
racing. It's pretty much Jet Moto before Jet Moto. Like it's almost the same thing. You do tricks and stuff, and your rider gets more confidence, so you go a little bit faster and stuff. There's also boost though, and then I played some Trasher Skate and Destroy. I did not upload a video of that. The only reason I played it is because that game is hard, so I kind of wanted to go play it a little bit before actually recording a video of it. Because if it's just me going back to it fresh, because I haven't played that game since I had a PS1, so. Yeah, that would be a long time ago. That game was really cool. It's a skateboarding game, if you couldn't tell. And when the timer runs out, it's not like, oh, well, your 2 minutes is done. Yeah, go. Here's your points. Go to the next level. It's there's a cop that chases you, or in a level there's a dog that chases you, and you have to run away. You have to make it to an exit, and you can also trick while you're getting chased, so you can earn extra points. But it's hard. It's a hard game because it's simulation style. So you gotta know what your trick is before you go into the jump. Like you gotta push a combination before you ollie. It's weird. There's like no ollie button. It's like all tricks on the ground. It's weird. I guess there is an ollie button. An ollie is technically a trick. You could do that on the skateboard.
Sure. Yeah. The most basic trick, sure.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing. I've been trying to get some PS1 games that are, how can I say this, like, unfamiliar, I guess, because I played a lot of PS1s. PS1 games. That's probably like the system I played the most games on. So,
really?
Yeah, like I played a lot of Super Nintendo, but
yeah, that's probably where
it's a toss up because I played a
technically
lot of PS1, like a lot.
Because, like, again, I probably put more hours into my SNES.
Yeah.
But the number of games I played, I guess, may not. It was probably only about 10 or 12.
I was still pretty young when I played Super Nintendo. Like, I remember loving the NHL games on the Super Nintendo. I played that a lot. I had 93 and 96. Those were my two games. And then, yeah, there was a lot of stuff on the Super Nintendo. And a lot of it got super cheap. That was the good thing about cartridges, I guess, back in the day.
Yeah, but that was I traded in my Super NES for a PSX or whatever the fuck. So I didn't get into that of like the cheaper old games or anything like that.
Yeah.
But again, like, I didn't have that many games.
For like PS1, when it got cheaper, it was like greatest hits and stuff. Like you could buy second hand, but that was only later, and it was like cheap bins and it was crap games. Back when it was Super Nintendo, you can go into like a crap bin that was like second hand, and it was like $5 or $10 games, and you could get some good stuff in there.
Yeah.
You would just have to find
I would have done that if I still had a system. That is probably one of my biggest regrets of my entire life, is trading in my fucking SNES.
A lot of people say that about that specific generation. Because when I sold my PS1, maybe I felt like a little bit like, oh man, but no, I don't regret it at all. That thing's a piece of shit. I had to put it on the side because it would overheat. So it worked. It never failed. It always worked. But yeah, it would just overheat sometimes. And yeah,
good
that's
times.
it. Games we're playing. That's it. 2 games.
I was playing Dragon Age 2.
Is that new? Is that something that you haven't mentioned before?
I started playing it last week. I actually played the shit out of it this week and beat it, which, like, the illusion of choice is really what that game is. It's like, it makes you think that you're playing through the game, you're making these decisions, and none of them really matter because the end is the same for everyone.
You know, that's all right. That's pretty much what happens with all those games, right? At some point, it's got to converge. It can't be like a million endings, especially nowadays. Unless it's just text.
Yeah. No, like, I understand why they did it, because they were setting up for the third one. What is it? I just started playing Inquisition, so they need to set up Inquisition. So that's why it all ended the same, as it became essentially a civil war between the mages and the Templar.
That's kind of why Halo 4 and 5 sucked, because you were like, well, there's more of this. So.
So, like, I really liked the gameplay of how it all worked and everything, but the story was kind of like, I knew where it was heading, and it just like it going that way, okay, that's that.
Jeez, is there any game that doesn't surprise you or doesn't swerve you at the end? Do you always know what you're heading into? Jeez. Jeez.
Well, I'm thinking of like something like Fallout 4, Fallout 3. Like there are little surprises. This was like I was able to read like 4 or 5 hours before it happened of what was about to happen, and that like it was very. And this is from BioWare. I guess is kind of where I BioWare is the first gaming developer or whatever that surprised the living shit out of me. With Knights of the Old Republic.
Jade Empire. That was okay. I remember playing that on the Xbox because there wasn't much else. So it's like,
Yeah.
well, I'll check out this Jade Empire. It was okay. I played enough to know that I didn't want to finish it.
About 15 hours, and then kind of got to the point that what the hell. But so downloaded Inquisition last night and started it this morning or this afternoon. Okay, you know how most of the BioWare games or whatever they have, like they read the old save file?
Yeah.
Inquisition didn't do that. I don't know if because it skipped generations from the Xbox to the Xbox One or the 360 to the Xbox One or whatever.
Maybe it just knows already.
In this one, they make you go to a website and essentially
like import it.
Yeah, so they import, or you go through like a little story thing and you get to pick which ones you want. So kind of what decisions you made. And then they kind of give it to you in a whole story, so they catch you up to right to the beginning of the game, which was kind of cool. But I just played the 2 games, so it wasn't like that big of a thing to me. Of like, oh yeah, that's what happened.
Did you hear about that huge Humble Bundle that came out recently?
No.
I don't know why that popped up in my head randomly, but like there was a bazillion games in it.
Yeah. Well, they typically do.
Oh no, but it was like some super awesome games. I need to look that up. Is that the only game you played?
I played the Zombie U, but the one for the PS4.
Wii U, but on the PS4, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that was atrocious. Like, wow.
It was bad on the Wii U, so.
Yeah.
From what I played of it, anyways, the controls were laggy. I guess that was probably fixed by the time it came on PS4.
Yeah. Everything you hit X for.
Sure.
Like to jump over something, to open something, to pick up something, it was all hit X.
That sounds like something Ubisoft would do on a Wii thing.
Yeah.
Just make it simple. Do you know what zombies
bundle.
is? I guess it's done.
Humble. Yeah, it could be. Because this is 11 days.
Yeah.
So this is pretty far into the month, though.
Yeah. I don't know. There was one that was huge. Let's see. And it had Super
said.
Meat Boy is one that stood out. But what's that game? That it was. Man, I forget. You know the 2D side scroller where Braid. No, okay. Try to connect the dots here. His latest game was like a 3D puzzle thing. Sony showed off a lot of it for the PS4. I forget what it's called, but that thing right now is still $20, I think, on Steam, and you could get that whole Humble Bundle. I think it was $30 or $40, so it was crazy. There's 2 games in there that were still $15-20, but it's not there anymore, as far as I can tell. Anyways, software for PC lovers. Nah, don't need no software. Ooh, 3D Mark Advances on this, and Demon Tools Pro 8. Lifetime. Get some PC Mark and VR Mark stuff.
The Witness? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, yep. The Witness. That is what I'm talking about. That was totally in a Humble Bundle not too long ago.
It's it's $44 Canadian.
Oh, there's how many games are in there?
No, that's The Witness.
Just the just the Witness.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's still a full price, I guess you could call that, for a PC game.
It came out pretty recently. Oh, no, sorry, a year ago. It's not a year old.
Yeah, because that came out around the PS4 launch-ish. Like they were showing that game off early.
Well, the Steam date is June 26, 2016.
I want to say maybe it came out on PS4 first, but who knows? I'm probably totally wrong on that.
Yeah, I have no idea on that. But
so that's it. Are we done with the games? That we played?
yeah, pretty
All right.
much.
So new releases. There's Halo Wars this week, which we talked about last week, but now you can pay less for it. Regular price, well, less. Same price as all the other games. There's a thing called Berserk and the and the Band of the Hawk. I don't know what that is, but it's a downloadable for Vita and PC and PS4. And then the Psychonauts VR thing. It's called Rhombus of Ruin. I think that's what it was. I think it's a VR thing, right? I don't even remember. They showed that off
I have no idea.
At a Sony conference not too long ago. Yeah, I forget. And then there's a bunch of other games that don't really matter. I guess I could show you the list here, but there's nothing. Nothing good.
Yeah, like there's the Ghost Recon that comes out next week, and then, or is it 2 weeks? There's a couple of games that are coming out, but yeah, there's a pretty dry spot right now, because like you got, well, Ghost Recon, and there's another one, and then there's Mass Effect, or Horizon is the one I'm thinking of. Zero Dawn.
Horizon's next week, yeah.
Yeah, and then it's so that you got like one decent game for the next like 5 weeks plus the Switch.
A Night in the Woods. Scary. Oh, a lot of these are existing games on the PC. Or in the case of the Wii U, existing N64 games. Yeah. Yeah. Guess what? The Switch won't have N64 games at launch.
Yeah,
Suck it.
Launch, yeah.
Suck it. Wii U still the better system. I don't know.
I would actually go with the Wii U, still a better system, but
yeah. Hey, the good thing about that tablet is that it's super light. It's huge, but it's super fucking light. You pick it up and you're like, oh, look at this thing. It's like a controller. Isn't that crazy? Because it's honestly, I think the DualShock might even be heavier. I wish I still had both of them. I could weigh them. But yeah, there's nothing out this week. I guess if you have a PlayStation VR, you might want to play that Psychonauts thing. Maybe. Perhaps. Who knows? But that's it for new releases. Let's go to the news of the week. There's also, some stuff happened, I suppose. So Nintendo's doing...
That's hilarious. The first news article.
Yes. So they're doing a Switch tour, Nintendo is, and... so that was yesterday or today? I'm confused. I don't remember exactly what the dates were. I think that was technically yesterday. So there might already be video of it on YouTube. And it's John Cena playing 1-2 Switch to promote.
That is fucking hilarious. How would John Cena get into that? Like, I don't.
He probably has connections to whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah, but I get maybe he wants to do that. I don't.
He knows The Rock, man. He called up The Rock. He's like, hey, you know Shigeru Miyamoto, right? He's like, yeah, I'll call him up. I got you. And he's like, I really want to play 1-2 Switch on a stage, bro. And he's like, I can get that for you. Don't worry about it. The Rock showed up on. Don't get that. The Rock showed up on Raw last week.
Oh yeah,
but not on TV. So he's filming a movie, and it's based on a wrestler, and they brought in the actresses to do like the entrances and some stuff in the ring after the show for the movie.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, hey, there you go. John Cena's going to be playing some 1-2 Switch. That could be okay. I'm never going to buy that game, so why not watch some people play it? There's some games in there that when they were advertising this, I thought it would be all games that you weren't really looking at the screen to play. But there's a lot of games that you actually do have to look at the screen. So, I don't know. The advertising of this game has been not I don't know. I don't even know how to say this. It's been all over the place because they just pretty much show videos of people like, I'm going to hold this controller and I'm like milking this cow. Woo! And it's like, cool. It's kind of funny and the production value is all right, but anyways, I'll look that John Cena thing up and hopefully comes up. All right.
Yeah. Well, regarding the Switch, anyways, someone interviewed Todd Howard, the guys at Bethesda Studio.
Yes.
And they asked him about the Switch on if they were doing anything more than Skyrim on the Switch, and he's like, not at this time. And then they asked something along the lines of, is it Skyrim or is it Skyrim Special Edition? And he says, I can't answer that.
It's both.
It quite likely means that it's something different. So it's a third build that is something in between the two.
That's it's like half of it is in there and the other half you have to pay for it.
Well, it was something like they had some screenshots or whatever trying to compare them, but this was screenshots of like an actual game to then I guess whatever they're taking off the Switch's advertisements or something.
Yeah.
I don't really know, but they weren't vanilla and they weren't special edition. They were something different. But again, that could just be taking it from an advertisement that it's not actual from screen. It's off screen shit. So I don't know what that really means, but that means the Switch likely can't run special edition if they're just not porting special edition.
You can't get those clean faces.
And no mods.
No clean faces.
Yeah, no mods. Like no mod support on the Switch.
Yeah.
But you've already played. I don't. Most people that I would ever do that have probably already played it for 300 hours. So why would they want to play it on the Switch?
Yeah. So, Nintendo of America co-founder Al Stone. I've never heard of this guy. Out of the whole time of being a Nintendo fan, he's a co-founder. He passed away. He was 71, February 17th, last Friday, due to cancer. No real details. He co-founded Nintendo of America in 1981. That's a long time ago. It's pretty long time ago. What is that? 35 years? Oh no, 36? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I forgot that it's 2017. And he played a major role in helping bring Nintendo's coin-operated games such as Donkey Kong and Radar Scope to the United States. Not familiar with Radar Scope, but everybody knows what Donkey Kong is.
Super Scope? I would assume that would be Super
I'm
Scope.
assuming not. It's a coin-operated thing. So it had to be an arcade game. No idea what it is, though. So hey,
Maybe it's like a submarine game.
Maybe. So there's a new video for Prey out. It's called Mimic Madness, and we saw the parts of this in whatever last demo that they showed this. I don't remember. Was it at the Sony conference? Whatever. You can take over objects and control them, and you're basically like, you are the object. You are that thing rolling around.
So which article are you in?
What, me? I'm Prey.
Oh.
Yes.
You're talking about Mimic Madness.
Yes. It's a trailer about objects moving. That's a whole trailer. And
well, do you know what a mimic is?
Yeah, because
like,
you're basically like becoming that thing. It's weird. No. Yes.
No, it's a mimic is the way it's like it could be a plant in the corner of the room that you look at it's a plant and then you look away and then it turns into the mimic and it attacks you.
No, but it looked like you were becoming the things.
I don't think trailer. So. The mimics attack you from what I've watched and looked at.
I don't know. Even from that he controlled that thing at the E3 thing.
I don't even know what you're talking about with the E3 thing.
Or the last
Sony
Sony
any.
Thing. They had Prey at the last Sony thing, and there was a dude talking about it.
I didn't see that.
I might as well just talk about it since it played. But hey, Crash Bandicoot N, Sane Trilogy. It got a date. It's available June 30th of this year, and it seems like it's not going to be an exclusive to Sony. I might as well do all the videos in one bang. Why not? This is a Dirt Rally PlayStation VR launch trailer. So hey, this game is going to be a full PlayStation VR thing. That's pretty cool. If you have a PlayStation Pro, it's going to run better. And it adds a co-driver mode if you're in VR. So if you're the second player, you're pretty much playing like a rhythm game on the full screen, and it helps your dude know where you're going. Like, hey, there's a left turn coming up. And you're pretty much just pushing buttons. It's kind of lame, but hey.
So you're saying it costs $13 for
15. It's 15. Oh no, it is 13. All right, there you go. Yes, it's.
But what costs 13? The game, Dirt Rally?
The DLC to add VR.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yes. This is Persona 5, the Velvet Room trailer. You know, it's Persona 5. I don't know how much we're going to show of this, but hey, it's anime. In case you needed a reminder of what Persona is.
I don't really care too much. I
from a distance, it looks cool, but I'm never going to play it.
Right. Pretty much, yeah.
If it
like,
was,
I know I'm never going to play it, so that's one of the reasons.
If there was a 1 hour and a half version of this that was in a movie, I would maybe be interested. It's like, hey, Persona 4, you heard the story was alright, and here you go. Here's the beats. I bet somebody did that on YouTube already. If you want to do it, I bet it's done. So yeah, this is Persona 5, and then hey, here's the last video of the day. Mass Effect Andromeda. Teased it last week. It came out like right after the show last week, so.
Yeah. They've also released a shit ton more as well.
Yeah, there's a bunch of gameplay video now. But this is the trailer.
Yeah. Now, after just playing like 2 hours of Dragon Age Inquisition, I'm actually quite hyped about Mass Effect, oddly. Just the way we talked about, I think it was last week, that it wasn't open world, it was just open exploration or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I get whether, because this, like, Dragon Ages before, you were essentially in a tunnel or whatever, and you had very, like, specified limits of where you could go. In Inquisition, it is much more of a, like, just a big open area that you can try to go wherever the hell you want, ish. But if you have Mass Effect like that, I could see that being quite a bit better. So it's kind of a mix between what you had in 1 and what 2 and 3 were. And
I mean, it looks pretty.
Yeah.
And it looks like you can shoot things, so you know that's a thing.
But just the way the exploration portion works out, it's kind of a mix between like what 1 and 2 would be if they got it on and made an offspring called Andromeda.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's Mass Effect.
Yeah,
it looks cool.
Yeah, I guess that it really will come down to story for it, obviously, but.
Yeah, I'm used to playing, Gears of War and being mindless about it. I don't want to think. I'd have to take care of an inventory and do all that stuff.
Did they indicate that they actually have inventory in this one? I didn't watch the video.
It looks like it. Because
in the
they go to a
screen
screen with a lot of stuff on it all the time. Okay. So melee weapons right now is what they're showing off. So yeah, there's slots for a lot of stuff.
Okay.
You can go invisible. Seems like there's a lot of powers in this. All right. That's it for videos. Let's go back to just news. So there's a Futurama game called Worlds of Tomorrow, and it's coming to phones. That's the only news story. That's it. We don't know anything else about that game.
Is this okay? So this isn't an older game that was on something else that's being ported.
Yeah, it's a new Futurama game. Because that Futurama.
Is Futurama even being made still?
No. It's not that long ago since it got canceled. Like maybe 2 or 3 years.
I haven't watched Futurama in probably 7.
Futurama was really good when it came back. It was I liked it more than The Simpsons when it came back. So Eric Wolpaw, he has left Valve, and he is responsible for writing a lot of crucial hits over there, such as Half-Life.
He was one of the head
Portal.
yeah, he was one of the head writers.
Left
He wasn't
4
the only.
Dead.
Well,
Well, yeah, of course he's not the only one. It's Valve.
no. Well, the thing, one of the other head writers left like a year ago, and then now he's left. So now they're like, I don't know who the fuck their head writers are or why exactly they left, but yeah, the two people that pretty much wrote Half-Life are gone now. Like they were the two main guys there for that.
Yeah. Oh, well. What can you do? Valve is not very vocal with their communication anyway, so it's not like
They
you see
don't
these
have to-
guys.
they're not
they don't do anything except do their work. God damn it.
Yeah. Well, they're not a public company, so they can do whatever the fuck they want. Gabe Newell just sits back and makes shit tons of money on Steam.
Cracks the whip every now and again when he has to. Hey, fanboys, shut the fuck up. We let our products do the speaking, god damn it. When did he say that? It wasn't that long ago.
Probably not.
Yeah,
I do remember him saying that, but
it was an AMA or something like that. Yeah. Hey, Rudy, how's it going? He's in the Twitch chat room. Yeah, he's saying nice to see us again. Yeah, yes, nice to see us again. Me and Steiner specifically. No one else. There's no one else here, so don't mention them. Don't. Never again. Xbox One and Xbox One S, they dropped the price temporarily by $50. I don't know exactly why, but I guess the PS4.
Try to see if that would drum up sales.
Yeah. What is the PS4 price right now? Is it cheaper than the Xbox?
Well, the PS4.
The Lite is $299, right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Or is the Pro is two?
No, I think the Pro's $499.
No, it's $399.
Is it three? It's $3.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can probably get the Lite with like a game or two as well. So yeah, the value is there if you want it. Rudy is saying that the Pro is $399, so the Lite's probably $299 then. And it probably comes with Uncharted.
Yeah, a slim Uncharted 4 package is
Yeah.
$399 Canadian, so it might even be cheaper American.
Yeah. I mean, that's not a bad deal. And it's not like the Pro's a big difference maker right now. Like it is in certain games.
It's 500 Canadian. Okay, that's where I got that number
Okay,
from.
I see. Yeah. And it comes with nothing. Just a stupid
Correct,
controller. Ugh, and that breaks
Yep.
anyways. God. I love both of those controllers for the Xbox and the PlayStation, but they're the flimsiest goddamn controllers that they've ever released.
That's funny.
What happened?
There's a browser PS4 skin
Oh yeah,
on
why not?
sale on Amazon.
Why not?
That's funny.
I would get the Pro if I got VR. That would be like the main reason to get it, I suppose. For right now, anyways.
Yeah, I don't really care too much.
If you have Battlefield and you want to sell,
especially right, I guess it's kind of like it's the launch for the Pro, so there's still not much out there that's gonna really use the Pro.
I like that patch
version
that
of it.
makes every game compatible with it. So
Yeah, but you're only getting like a 20-30%.
well, here's the
boost.
thing: Battlefield 1 already ran at it dipped at 58 sometimes.
Yeah,
Now it's constantly at 60. Constant, man.
sure.
Run that Battlefield. They might have even played Battlefield 4. Just because I think Battlefield 1 might have a Pro patch. Yeah, so it was probably Battlefield 4. Fuck it. I'm good with Battlefield 1. Don't even need that old mode. Boost mode. Psh, who needs that? They should have called it blast mode. That would have been... They should have capitalized on that. Call up Sega. Hey, can we use blast? Is your patent expired on that word? Can we use it? All right. Nintendo Switch were stolen this week. So if you saw a video on YouTube showing the OS and being like, ooh, look at this stuff. That was a stolen system. So, yeah. Nintendo said that it's pretty much a distributor somewhere sold one in advance to somebody that he was not supposed to. The guy that everything has been tied up in a neat little packet and tied up and with a bow, and they just threw it in the garbage somewhere, and problem's gone. No, they're trying to press charges, I guess. They're looking into what charges they can lay to this guy, and the multiple guys, because. Hey, if you run a distributor or whatever the hell it is, you probably should not, just keep that shit in whatever the hell crate thing it is, wherever the hell it's in. Just keep it in there. It would probably be in like a huge container, just filled with goddamn switches.
Well, it'd be multiple boxes on a crate or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wonder. It can't be that many. How many is there in that crate? 2?
Well,
make it seem like we're
enough.
selling this thing out day one.
And they
Like
would.
Nintendo
That's what
does.
Nintendo likes to do. Yeah.
Yep. All right, that's that news story. It's interesting. It seems like all consoles leak out early nowadays, so it's not very surprising. And the media has been getting all their systems already, and that's coming out in a month. Is that? 3 weeks, March 9th. Is that? Am I imagining that date? I might just be pulling a date out of my ass. Yeah.
The Switch
Yeah,
date?
the Switch.
That sounds about right.
The 9th is a Thursday, so it might be the 10th, March 10th or March 17th. Oh no, 19th. Is it a Sunday?
Yeah.
Goddamn Nintendo with their wonky release dates. Hey, Horizon Zero Dawn.
No, March 3rd. March 3rd.
Damn, that's soon.
Yes.
Is that a week from now? Yeah, that's a week from now. Jesus. All right. Horizon Zero
a
Dawn.
week tomorrow.
Yeah, well, that's basically a week. Come on, man. This day, there's only 3 hours left in it, pretty much. All right. On the East Coast of the U.S., if you're like in Japan or something, welcome to the future already. It's the 24th already. Horizon Zero Dawn has a day one patch. It's only 250 megabytes though, so hey, they know what they're doing. First party there at Sony, patching their games. It's not like, hey, here's a fucking 7 gig patch on day one. Have fun. Nope, 250. It mainly adds PS4 Pro support. It adds a performance mode. So if you prefer having more frames over more graphics, then you can just run it at a constant 60.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it's all fine-tuned specific. Here's the thing I like about it, is that it's fine-tuned for 1080 and the 4K. So like it looks slightly better in 4K, but you can tune it down.
I'm assuming at 4K it'd only be at like 30, if that.
1440p. Oh, the 30 frames, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what the actual resolution it can pull off with Horizon, because I imagine that's a killer on all that system.
Well, it's a pretty game, yes, but
I'm curious what the difference between the two systems are. That might be like one of the games where it's just, whoa, look at this PS4 Pro one. It's just so much better.
Well, they have done that. They've compared the two. Like they were showing it at 4K on the Pro or 1440 or whatever the hell it was.
Whenever
they had it on the.
Whenever Death Stranding comes out, that's when I'm buying a Pro for sure. Like whatever the next PlayStation is by then.
Yeah, but I still don't. If they had keyboard and mouse support on PlayStation or Xbox One, I'd probably play on console, but they don't. So
yeah, that's always something that they try to push every now and again. It's like, hey,
well, it's
Unreal,
typically a developer.
got Unreal 3 and it's
typically a developer that's trying to do it, and then they get no help from either Sony or Microsoft, so it doesn't go anywhere.
That's the only cool one I can think of in relative soonish memory. Because there was older examples of that, like Dreamcast had a keyboard and mouse. The PS1 had one. The Super Nintendo only had a mouse.
I remember the PS2 having a keyboard. But
yeah,
again, I never had a PS2.
You could just plug in a USB keyboard, I think, too, in a PS2. Just work.
Well, I'm thinking, like, I remember there was a branded.
Yes. It kind of looked like the case of the big fat PS2, right?
probably.
Yeah, it kind of looked like those old school like IBM keyboards, but Sony branded. All right. Resident Evil 7 DLC that used to be PlayStation 4 exclusive. Well, not anymore. So hey, if you want to play that on PC, on the Vive or Oculus, I'm assuming you can play it on both, or the PS or the Xbox One if you have it over there. There you go, Resident Evil 7 DLC. It's all unlocked. You just have to buy it. Hey, eBay news here. Talk about Dreamcasts earlier. You can get 6 Fred Durst signed Dreamcasts, and the starting bid is only 700 American. That's a bargain, right there.
Gives a shit about Fred Durst? Like,
dude, it's Fred Durst. So there's a tie into this. They actually hired him to do work at the beginning of the Dreamcast launch. So you might have heard like rolling in like some ads or something at some point for some specific game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know what song it was, but yeah. And then he did a few concerts at the corporate gigs, the classic corporate gigs that those rock stars do. Imagine that, eh? Yeah. It's like you get paid like, here you go, here's $25 million, just show up. And we're like, 50 people. We're all rich. Just play for us. It's this guy's birthday. Happy birthday. Guns N' Roses is playing at your birthday. So weird.
Fucking Axl would never show up for that.
Nowadays,
if he did, he'd be so high on cocaine he wouldn't be able to stand up.
Oh, what are you talking about? Nowadays he's all right. He's all right nowadays. He used to be pretty crazy, and hey, who knows? He can always dive back in. But for now, he's all right. He's all right. He did okay with AC/DC, and he's touring with Guns N' Roses right now. He's back with what's his name? Slash. Don't know why.
Really?
I blanked on his. Yeah. Yes. That's.
I didn't know that.
It's been a little bit. I don't know if you've heard, but classic rock is back.
Did it ever actually go away?
Well, I mean, it became
like mainstream wise, I
classic,
suppose so. But...
And then he became classic again. Because there's more like Metallica is like more relevant than ever right now. It's just it's weird.
But Metallica is not the same as freaking Guns N' Roses or.
It's pretty old though. It's not like they're that new. It's not. It's still old for me.
Wow. I'm also just thinking of actual quality. Metallica was never actually that good.
If you need a fast beat, that's
like Guns N' Roses is like, some of their older shit is just like it's. It's just
Appetite for Destruction. Good. That's the one. There's other albums and there's other songs.
Yeah.
November Rain is not on Appetite for Destruction, I don't think. I want to say that's the other one. Anyways, because 2 albums came out pretty much around that time. All right. What's the next news item here? Rocket League. So they added Hot Wheels in the latest update. Woo!
Meaning.
So like there's actual like Hot Wheels, like the toys.
Yeah, but so they're just modeling those cars.
Yeah, I'm not sure what specific cars they are. There's a few of them. I think they're like $1 or $2 each. That's how they make their monies, man. Buy the little shit.
Buy a $10 game and spend $50 on microtransactions.
If you bought it, a lot of people got that game for free.
Well, fair enough, but they would still be getting something from Sony if you're putting the shit on for Plus. Here's
your pennies on the dollar.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rocket League developer that I'm blanking on right now. Former BioShock studio Irrational Games adopts a new name, so they're now Ghost Story. And this should be noted. Irrational is like 11 people right now. They're not as big as they used to be. Well, they like
because Irrational turned into like 2K something.
Yeah, then it became Irrational again.
But I thought there was another name in between that.
No, it was Irrational, and then it was 2K Boston, and then it might have been Irrational Boston or something. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, I think that may have been what it was.
Who knows? Yeah, there you go. Halo 6 will have split screen. That's the Halo 6 news check-in this week. Halo 6. Okay. Thank
And
you,
it
Halo.
will still suck.
Thank you. 6 might be the one that could be okay. Because 3 was the best one out of the first 3. So...
Where's your math coming from on that? But again, 3 was still done by Bungie.
Oh, yeah.
So...
I'm sure. Look, I played 4 and 5. I did not mind them. I enjoyed them. It's just they ended so both of them ended so stupid. I didn't particularly love the story mode.
Because they'll just make another one and get more money from you.
And I played the first one split screen, or I should say 4, Halo 4. I played split screen.
I played the first one split screen. That was the only one I ever played split screen.
And then Halo 5, they were just like...
I played 3 co-op. I played 3, the campaign co-op on Brutal or Legendary or whatever the hell the hardest
No,
one
like I
is.
said, 3's the best one. And 3's the best one for a few reasons. Because there's no goddamn bullshit with the story. It starts off awesome and it fucking ends awesome. Like, God, that's the only thing about the first 2 that pisses me off. The first one, the story's not very good.
It starts off slow because you don't really know what's
slow the whole goddamn time. The Flood is like a third of that game, and it's so goddamn tedious. The first one's not very good. A lot of people remember that game fondly. The first game's not very good. Don't go back to it. Like even with the updated graphics that they did.
Anniversary edition thing, or you already have.
Well, the Anniversary edition did an okay job, but it's still Halo 1. Halo 2 is way better.
The graphics is all they did, I think.
Yep, it looks better. And then Halo 2, I think they removed the Flood stuff. I think they streamlined the first game in the Anniversary. I'm pretty sure you can flick that stuff on and off if you want to turn Flood mode on again. Shitty Flood mode. But I'm pretty sure they made the Flood shorter and the library shit all shorter in the Anniversary edition. Because that shit, oh my god. Halo 1's terrible. Like, it starts off awesome. You're like, holy shit, I'm on this goddamn beach on this fucking Jeep just mowing down these... oh, yeah. And then it goes downhill. It's the best part of the game. Not that I hate it. The grass in that game is fucking amazing. From start to end, man. It was so mind-blowing. It was just a texture. It didn't even stick out from the ground. It was just a fucking texture. But it looked so good. Anyways. They're making Mega Bloks Pokemon. So the fake Legos.
Yeah.
Pokemon. I guess Pokemon's too violent for Lego. That's weird. They're just...
Oh, well, they... Mega Bloks does the... what is it? The Ninja Turtles and stuff. They do Nickelodeon stuff. Yeah. That's what... Where is it? Mega Bloks.
Oh, all right. Sure. I guess that is violent. I guess Lego would be like, oh, there's nunchakus in that show, and he's hitting them.
Well, they do Star Wars, like Lego does Star Wars and all that.
Yeah,
they still...
but that's fantasy violence, dude. It's a lightsaber. It's fake. That's not real violence. It's all magic. The turtles, though, fucking grab a staff, man, and hit some fucker in the head with it. It's gonna hurt.
But they're ninja mutant turtles that are teenagers.
Hey, don't ask me, man. This is what I hear from Lego. They do not want any mature themed things. Don't ask me how fucking TMNT is mature, but that's why Halo's on Mega Bloks. It's an M-rated game. There's alien blood in that game. Be careful. It's purple and green. It's scary. So yeah, PSN. Sorry for the late notification, but they had a pretty freaking awesome flash sale this weekend, and there's a lot of free stuff if you want to grab free stuff as well. So hey, sorry you missed it, but yeah, there you go. So I don't know what to say. And hey, if you spend $100 over this next week, starting yesterday and ending the March 1st, I think. Did I write it? Anyways, you'll get a $15 voucher for spending $100. So basically
15% back.
Yes,
Eh.
yes. They could have done a little 20 on it right there. A little 20, give it back. That's another game in some cases. Maybe a game or two if you want to. Anyways, the VR horror game Here They Lie no longer requires PlayStation VR. So it's just a regular game.
So I guess they would have had to have put out a patch or something. I've never even heard of that game.
Yeah,
so.
it's a patch and it plays in 4K and HDR. That's probably why they did it, because even Resident Evil 7, it looks good in VR, but it looks better when you play it in HDR.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a conundrum right now, because it's going to be a while before fucking headset have fucking HDR and a bunch of other tricks that like they just need to focus on resolution right now. That's more resolution.
Well, it's 1080p, so that's not.
Yeah, it
too bad.
still needs to be a slightly bigger in front of your eye. It's good. Hey, I played the original Oculus. That was what, 720? I think it was 720.
Well, the Oculus is 1200.
No, well,
But that's the
original
retail version. Yeah, I don't know what any of that would be.
I think it was 720. The first dev kit.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't have an issue so much with any of the like the pixel size or anything. Like I could see
neither.
it, but I was able
Me
to look
neither.
through it. What I have the issue is more so is just the games of just they're tech demos.
It looks
90% of
it
them.
looks like a screen though right now, and if the resolution was slightly bigger, you would, especially when you see smoke. That's the thing that stood out to me the most is when I was doing racing games and burning out, and then looking at the smoke behind me, and I was just like, that smoke looks weird, and it looked fine on the screen. Like I took my headset off and looked at the whatever.
Well, it's because it's further away from you, so it would blend.
Yeah, and it looked it looked not so good. So just more resolution would make that look better. No, because Project Cars looks fucking awesome in VR.
Yeah, no, but yeah, that would be like that. Like racing would be the only thing I can see doing in VR. That would.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I don't give a shit so much about racing, so it doesn't mean like I certainly wouldn't buy it for that.
And before you go on to your news item here, I'm just gonna call out here Skype down there. Call it if you want to. I don't know, but yeah. So your news item here.
So AMD
idea.
held
so here, wait, real quick. It's one word in the outline. It's one word. So, I can only assume so much.
Fair enough. So AMD held a press conference yesterday morning in San Francisco. They are, I guess, releasing 3 CPUs on March 3rd or March 2nd. I can't really remember which day. But it's the higher end chips that they're releasing for now. So it's the 1800X, the 1700X, and the 1700. They're open for pre-order as of right now, which is cool. If you're really looking for a 8-core 16-thread processor. But there's still a lot of little caveats that are on that, so I don't really understand that meme, but sure. But let's...
Don't get so distracted by a dude blinking.
Yeah.
Jeez. Jeez. I know he's cute and all, but God. I know, so I don't.
that
you
just
know
really
what?
threw me off.
This picture's been around forever. It's a giant bomb thing. It's Drew Scanlon. He's a producer there, and he reacted to some weird thing that they were talking about, but and it just blew up on Twitter this last week. He's a meme now.
Okay.
Yep.
So like everything pretty much to the letter that was leaked was correct. So there wasn't that much of a surprise. It was all that it was just confirmed, which was nice. The big thing though is that the prices that were leaked are correct. So you're talking having some what Intel is selling for $1,000, AMD is going to be selling almost the identical thing for 500. And in some cases, it's even better. So it's just the pricing for Intel is either going to have to drop significantly across the board, or they're going to get raped in the next like 4 to 5 months.
Good. I don't know what else to say.
Well, just within the next 2 to 3 months, it should be pretty interesting on buying a CPU. Like a lot of shit will likely happen, because I think Intel's going to have to drop their prices, which then is good, because if AMD is able to sell it for those prices and still make a profit, then like AMD or Intel's been raping us for a long time.
I feel like they were genuine when they were first rolling out those processors. And,
well, I think like the processors have been going up.
Oh yeah, but over
each
time,
generation,
yes, for sure, because they
then
saw
the
their
prices
advantage.
should technically be either
who
stay the same or get cheaper by just the way electronics work.
Like who else
But they've
wouldn't do
always
that,
gone
right?
up.
It's like like AMD
again,
would
especially
probably
when
do that.
If they didn't have competition, hell yes, they would. Because that's they could charge what the hell they wanted, because for the last 6 years, AMD's been putting out mediocre processors.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of like most of the top YouTubers and reviewers and all that type of shit have gotten their samples. So they're likely doing shit with them right now. The 28th of February is when they're allowed to release the reviews under embargo, or the embargo is over. Sadly to say, we didn't get one because we have a whole 4 people in the video right now. Well, just with you actually looking maybe to be getting a new processor or whatever, like it definitely is, because there's you
know what I should be looking
Ryzen
up?
7.
You know what I should actually be looking into? A goddamn new OS that doesn't suck. No, I don't.
Yeah. Well, the Ryzen 7 1700 is what is it? I think it's like $400 Canadian, and it's an 8-core 16-thread at turbos up to 3.7 gigahertz. So if you're wanting something to do streaming and a show, and that is fucking ridiculous.
And that will be able to do 1080p, no problem.
You'll be able to play at 4K and stream at it.
Yeah. Because I can do 1080p right now, just not 60.
Yeah, so you'll be able to do 60 frames 1080p, no fucking problem.
That would be fun. But it's not like I really need it right now. Honestly, my graphics card is only 720p right now anyways, so. So, yeah.
But like that's what I'm looking at, is just $500 for me right now, 500 American, so it's 660 or something like that Canadian. And that doesn't come with the top end ones, don't come with a cooler. So you'd end up having to spend another $60 to get a decent cooler. And then motherboards for them have been set for pre-order, and some of dude, you can get really nice motherboards for $100 American. So I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, no one wants to pay a lot for a motherboard. Come on now.
But just like how much you can actually put together a system that can like play and stream everything and anything.
Even right now, it's not super expensive. It's just not that inexpensive either. To
get anything on the X99 platform, you're going to be spending $1,000 for motherboard and CPU.
I don't know. I feel like I see too many people doing 1080p with video game stuff that it shouldn't be that hard, especially with a PS4. It shouldn't be that hard.
Well, if you're streaming it out through the PS4, it's okay. Something is fucking weird with my Firefox. Like it is absolutely knip-shitting, having a seizure or something.
I was gonna say, is it the audio drivers on Windows 10? Because honestly, that's the only this whole time it's Windows 10 and the audio drivers, and I've been trying to figure it out. Nope. Don't know what's wrong with it yet, but it has gotten better since I checked off a bunch of stuff. But so there was a Street Fighter V tournament this weekend, and the game audio got cut out, and the commentator decided to do the noises of the game. So yeah, I'm just gonna throw that out. You can look that up on YouTube. I don't know if we talked about this, but there was a guy who lost $10,000 worth of SNES games in the mail. So yeah, he's a SNES, or I guess he's an archivist is what they call him. And people send him games, and he makes ROMs out of them so everybody can have them, and they're all displayed for everybody to see. So if anybody ever has a rare card, like, you send it to him, and he sends it back. He has a really good reputation. His name is BYUU. He's been all over the place. But yeah, some German, I think it was a German dude. He sent him $10,000 worth of SNES games, and they just disappeared. But hey, the U.S. Postal Service found them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That just happened.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. 100 PAL games. Man, those are expensive ass games. Those are not common games in that fucking pack. There ain't gonna be no Mega Man X in there or Super Mario World, that's for sure, unless it's like some weird prototype version or something. All right, that's about it, I think, for this week in video games. What do you say? Just go lay on the bay and eat some hay. I just may. No, nothing.
Down by the river?
That doesn't rhyme. Sorry.
Sure.
I don't know if you noticed, but all my words are rhyming.
Yeah, I noticed. I just didn't give a shit.
No, that was a Happy Gilmore reference.
Yeah.
The one movie I've seen many times. See, Rudy got it. He's on point in the chat room. So yeah, I will be back with a Sprawl and Brawl if you're watching live. And if not, we're here every Thursday. That's again, every Thursday